Welcome to every movie I've ever seen. Today, the movie that I'm going to be talking about is Predator. This is the original 1980 something movie starring Arnold Schwarzenegger, Carl Weathers. It's the first Predator movie, the only movie featuring a Predator that's even, halfway decent. Although I do have a soft spot for AVP and Predators, but they're not all that good. And I really disliked Predator 2, but I'll talk about all those eventually at some point. Now, Predator is a really good movie too. It's impressive because Predator kind of succeeds in everything it tries to do. I mean, I don't know, tries to do, or wanted to do, but what it does very good. It may not be its original intention or not. I don't know, but obviously the story, from what I remember, it's been a little bit. I feel like it's not a movie you need to rewatch a whole lot. You can just think about it, or watch clips of the best moments on YouTube and whatnot. From what I remember of the story, Arnold Schwarzenegger and his little team go into the jungle to look for missing Green Berets, I believe. Jim Hopper. I think Arnold knows Jim Hopper, and then Max, no, not Max. Mac is the bald guy who's friends with Jesse Ventura. Dylan, played by Carl Weathers, is CIA. You have that scene of, "What's the matter, CIA? Got you pushing too many pencils?" He's like accompanying them. So anyway, they're into the jungle looking for Jim Hopper and the rest of his crew, and they fight some like bad guys or whatever. I don't know. I don't remember all that bit, like terrorists or something, or militia. Just some random action scene. Maybe to kind of, I feel like it might distract you a little bit, or be a sort of red herring, make you think the movie is one thing when it's actually something else, if you were to go into this movie not fully aware of what you were watching. So it does seem a little out of place, but it's not like it's too long, and then you still get the good line. You get "I ain't got time to bleed," and some more classic Arnold one-liners like "knock knock" and "stick around." So I mean, that's okay. And then eventually we get to the plot of the movie. They find Hopper. He's been skinned up, and a couple of his other men have been skinned up. The rest of them are missing. It was an ambush scenario or whatever, and now the Predator starts hunting them. They find some girl along the way too. I guess she's like a native, part of the militia or something. I don't really remember. And yeah, that's what kind of like the basis of now the movie is, just them being hunted by the Predator, and it accomplishes that so well, and you can really tell, you really get the atmosphere that they're setting up, because when you look at these guys, these are very tough looking guys, very buff guys, skilled military guys, which I guess might be the original purpose of the action gunfire scene in the beginning, to show how skilled and trained they are. So now that I say that would make sense. And so these guys, really tough, badass guys, and the Predator starts hunting them, and they're freaking out, and it's great. Because they're in the jungle, they're just losing their minds and panicking and sweating profusely, and just getting killed off one by one. Because any one of these guys really could lead could lead their own action movie. I mean, Arnold has led several action movies in his time. I'm not too well versed on action movies, so I can't think off the top of my head of any action movies that might have been led by Carl Weathers or Jesse Ventura or Max, or the character of Mac, whose name is escaping me. I'll know it as soon as I see it. He was the warden in an episode of Lost. I don't think you're gonna find Shane Black in a whole lot of action movies, but I think Shane Black was the first to get killed off. If I'm not mistaken, he plays Hawkins, because there's Hawkins and Poncho. One gets killed. One's the first that gets killed, and the other gets killed second, and one's the last to get killed, right after Billy. Which again, Billy is a cool character too, because they're setting him up. He fears nothing, and then he too is getting freaked out by the Predator. He has that really great final stand. You have the scene of them just mowing down the jungle, firing from the hip. It's pretty awesome. Honestly, the only thing that I can think of that maybe would have made the movie a little bit better for me, I think I would have liked it a tiny bit more if Arnold didn't survive the movie. I mean, maybe they take each other out. The Arnold and the Predator, kill each other, kind of like that really great fight scene you get in Predators with the ninja guy. Maybe if that was the ending, I would have liked it a little better. But yeah, the movie was it's a really good movie. Probably one of the best action movies, at least that I've seen. And action movies aren't exactly my cup of tea, so I haven't seen too many of them. But I do hear people consider this one of the better action movies, maybe one of the better 80s movies. But I liked it. I enjoyed it. And that's all I've got to say about Predator.